Hey YouTube, I wanted to continue our conversation from the other day talking about fractional gold in a video and continue that conversation with my favorite sizes of gold to stack. I think that I made a mistake when I started off stacking. I had such a variety of different sizes that I had a hard time standardizing on one size to buy. And I think that a lot of that has to do with, a varying budget over time. And I was stacking the size that made sense for my budget, given the different years and given how much money I made in different years. And I think that that's okay. I think there also comes a time when it can really, really benefit to standardize on just one size. So I wish that I had done that a little bit sooner. For silver, it's a little bit easier to kind of standardize on the 1 ounce coins. This definitely keeps you're a little more organized than having lots of different sizes. And at some point I would love to go ahead and get into having a kilo coin or kilo bars, but at this point in time I'm just not quite to that point where I want to have those larger things that are a little bit harder to store. And for now, I'm okay. Let's stick with the 1 ounce size. I did a pretty good job of standardizing on the size for my silver stack. But transitioning to when I started stacking gold, which was a few years after I started stacking silver, I had a hard time narrowing down to what size I wanted to buy. One of my first coins was actually, the 1/2 ounce size. And I'm not gonna lie, that put a dent in my budget for a while. That was like the one time a year purchase. Like, I could not afford to make another purchase for a good long while. And, still with my budget, I still can't afford to make a ton of 1/2 ounce purchases all the time. I mean, if that's gonna be, one of those things where I really do have to save up for months before I can make that purchase. Whereas if I have some of the smaller fractional gold sizes, whether it's the 1/4 ounce or the 1/10 ounce, I'm able to stack a little more frequently, and that certainly has some benefits. I talked a little bit the other day about how when I have the smaller coin sizes that I'm stacking, I'm able to still keep up with other series like the lunar series, which is a kind of a classic. I'm able to actually stack that lunar series in addition to all of the gold that I'm wanting to stack. And if I lean too heavily into just buying the gold that's of the lower premium, that's the larger sizes, like the 1/2 ounce and full ounce size of gold, then I'll miss out and I won't have the funds to stack the things that I really enjoy and I really enjoy collecting. So that's probably one of the biggest things that the fractional sizes do. Now, like I mentioned the other day in my video about fractional gold, the having to buy smaller sizes has so many disadvantages. You have to pay the higher premium. It costs way more per ounce to buy 1/10 ounces at a time as opposed to saving up and buying 1/2 ounce or full ounces at a time. And that really does add up. I mean, you can be talking about like potentially several $100 difference by the time you buy a full ounce of 1/10 ounces. So that's one of those things that I've kind of had to keep in mind, and I've gone back and forth between, whether or not I should kind of standardize on the 1/10 ounce size, or if I should standardize on the 1/4 ounce size. Because, there's advantages to both, and, both probably have a place in my stack. And, if you ask me, like, in a few years, like, depending on how budgets go, will I want to be filling up a tube of both 1/4 ounce and 1/10 ounce pieces? Yes, at some point in my life, I would love to have a full tube of 1/10 ounces, a full tube of 1/4 ounces, and a full tube of 1/2 ounces. That's gonna take years for me because we just don't have the budget sometimes to go out and be able to make, all those purchases all at once. It takes dollar cost averaging. It takes time to be able to save up and make those purchases. And that's the beauty of stacking these fractional pieces, is that you can save up You can buy them as you go, and before you know it, your stack has really grown into something remarkable. So take this video as a word of caution and try and standardize your stack sooner rather than later. Zero in on, hey, are there any collectibles that I really want to be collecting? And if not, maybe what's right for you is to just save up and buy the larger sizes, whether it's the 1 ounce or the ½ ounce that you see before you. And maybe there is a place for you to go ahead and save up and buy the 4th ounces or the 10th ounces, because I think there's room for all of these sizes in your stack. And would it have been better for me to standardize sooner? Yeah, I'm sure it would have been better for me to standardize sooner, but you live, you learn, and I'm still debating whether or not I should go hard and try and go for the 10th ounces sooner, or if I should go for the 1/4. If you have any opinion on the matter, feel free to reach out. I'd love to hear y'all's opinions, and maybe y'all can sway me one way or the other. I'm always in this stacking community to try and learn something. I love watching y'all's videos and kind of picking up little bits and pieces here and there. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take care, guys.